The Pebble Jar. On a quiet hill just beyond the edge of a small village lived Grandfather Elias, a man whose words were few, but whose presence seemed to carry the weight of stories untold. His grandson, Tomas, was the opposite, sharp-tongued, energetic, always eager to talk and even more eager to be heard. One summer morning, after interrupting his teacher for the third time in class, he came home frustrated. "Grandfather," he huffed, dropping his bag on the floor, "how do people become wise?" Elias didn't respond right away. Instead, he walked to an old wooden shelf, pulled down a simple glass jar, and handed it to Tomas. It was empty except for a few tiny scratches on the surface. "Fill it with one pebble," he said softly, "each time you listen more than you speak." Tomas frowned. "That's it?" The old man nodded. "That's it." And so it began. First month, the first pebbles. At first, Tomas would forget. He'd run his mouth before his thoughts. But when he remembered, he'd drop in a small, smooth pebble after holding back a comment during dinner or letting a classmate finish their thought. The jar filled slowly. A clink here, a clink there. Second month, small shifts. Tomas noticed that when he listened, people told him more. Friends shared real worries. His little sister came to him for advice. He heard his mother cry quietly behind a closed door one night, and instead of asking what was wrong immediately, he sat beside her, hand in hers, silently present. She later told him that was the most comfort she'd felt in years. Third month, the test of silence. During a family argument, words flew like arrows. Tomas clenched his fists. He had something sharp to say, something that would win. But instead, he breathed. He listened. He saw pain beneath the anger. He heard fear masked in shouting. Later, his cousin pulled him aside and whispered, "Thanks for not adding fuel to the fire." Fourth month, noticing the world. Tomas became curious about quiet people. He noticed how his grandfather seemed to read entire rooms without saying a word. He started journaling what he heard, not just from others, but from the wind, the creaking of trees, the pauses between words. He began to understand, silence wasn't empty, it was full. Fifth month, full jar. The jar sat on his desk now, nearly full. One evening, after a long day, Tomas placed in the final pebble and held it up to the light. It glowed, refracting the sunset through its imperfect glass. He walked out to the porch where Grandfather Elias sat with a cup of tea. "It's full," Tomas said. Elias looked at it, then at him. "And what did it teach you?" Tomas paused. He didn't answer right away. He listened, to the wind rustling the trees, to the birds returning to their nests, to the quiet rhythm of his own breath. Then, with a small smile, he replied, "That wisdom isn't in the jar, but in what it made me become." Elias smiled, eyes twinkling. "Now you understand." They sat together as the sun dipped behind the hills, two generations bound not by words, but by the space between them.